big dog, you know what it's hitting on. Calling on my phone, get the dial tone. Can't sleep, phone still on D&D. Making move, making cheese, making enemy. Plotting, trying to drain me of my energy. That's why I'm trying to relax, baby. We done tapped into that matrix. It ain't no need to act crazy. Crazy, crazy. Why you wanna act crazy, Miss Lady? Why you wanna act crazy? Why you wanna act crazy, Miss Lady? Why you wanna leave me? You wanna leave me? Alright. You wanna leave with me? You wanna leave with me? Yeah.
We don't press pause. Beat up, Frey. Look me in my eyes while
Alright, so that leads me to this right here, right?
What's happening?
What's happening, man? Gotta let y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
you rocking with Pharaoh
And Pharaoh Phoenix.
and Pharaoh Champion.
For sure, that's real. Well, shit, I got a few questions for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? One on is, what made y'all fall in love with music, man? Like, what really, you know what I'm saying, gave y'all the inspiration, the vibe, the energy behind, music.
Right. You got yours locked in already? But you gotta think about it.
You know what? Actually, I don't have to think about it. Because when you have to think about it, it's not that real.
Right.
So for me, it's always been a passion. It's like music has always been something that I couldn't stop doing.
Right.
I could never stop singing. I was always trying to find ways to make music or do something with music. So I always felt like music was a part of my DNA. I was made to do music. It was something that was supposed to be for me. I just never had the resources to reach out to be able to do that kind of stuff with music.
Right. Yeah, for me personally, it's definitely, albums. Albums is, they mark times and dates. So for me, it would definitely be albums. Certain albums in particular would have to be, College Dropout. College Dropout was very influential for me.
Kanye.
Yeah, that's Kanye West joint. That was one of them joints that it made me pick up a pen. I had listened to Outkast and Dungeon House before that, but Hurricane Katrina, Sitting Still, it was only a couple albums that I really had that I could pick up and put in the bag, when the storm coming. It just so happened that College Dropout was that. I played that front to back 4 days straight while being sheltered in. So that's definitely one of them ones from the cadence and his style. That was one of them influential moments where I knew like hip hop was definitely for me.
Okay. That's what's up, man. That's good. That's what's up, bro. So shit, what made you like when did you fall in love with hip hop though? You know what I'm saying? Like that real,
Oh man,
that hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
That real love for hip hop, I would say it would be from the womb actually. My parents, they always listened to hip hop, Pac, Too Short, Ice Cube, Ice T, it's versatile. It's a versatile household, when it comes to hip hop,
What about R&B?
R&B, yes,
heavy on the R&B.
Having great uncles that were singers as well.
Exactly.
Johnny Pooh, shout out Johnny Pooh,
Shout out. Right.
So
shout out Johnny Pooh.
We come from musical family already as is, but just to not be, current, that's what's the disconnect, and that's what we trying to change, definitely with that. But influential pieces of hip hop, definitely, and R&B, I would definitely give it to my parents. If it wasn't for them putting them sounds in my ears, I wouldn't even know what this, that, and the third was,
Especially that old school, keeping it original, knowing what original sounds come from.
Right. You talking about Ron Isley,
Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, Aretha, man, it's so many. I'm talking about.
Definitely
Lauryn Hill heavy. I mean, even before her, you got Stevie Wonder. I'm talking about these Lionel Richie. These pioneers.
Powerhouses.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they put those in your ears, and you start hearing everybody have distinct voices. And as a musician, you try to find your voice and figure out what you sound like and
Right.
how people hear you.
Right. Hey, I just thought of this though, right? This ain't nothing I already have written down, right?
Right.
So how y'all feel about like the old school and the new school? Everybody like coming out with old music beats like nowadays. Like everything is remixing from the old school.
I love it. If it's just me, I would jump the gun. I would say I love it because it's helping people rehear those people we loved before. And they get to re-educate themselves on who this person is, that person is. For example, you had Kai Cenat was had his little thing with Wale. So I mean, shout out Kai. Like I don't know if it was real or not, but he's a younger guy, so he might not be familiar with Wale. Wale was probably just now getting his just due when Kai was even thought about. So I love the fact that if we can't pay homage, if they will allow us to pay homage. All right, so if they would allow you to pay homage to them, honor them with their music, because we all are inspired by their work and the times before us. Like I said, if those sounds would never got put in our head, we probably wouldn't have had that cadence or the inspiration to write that song or that, melody or that new beat. So I love it.
Also, to chime in on that, I feel like at this point, a lot of people, they're running out of creative ideas, and now they have to run back to what their original sound always go to,
right.
Which they always say history repeats itself.
Right.
So you always have to have something to revert back to be able to collaborate off of that again. So it's again repeating music. Genre is basically repeating music, but that's what our sound is basically trying to create, is something different, what the listeners haven't heard, what they're not used to tap into something that's different, that's creative.
Right. No, that's most definitely. Honey, you know what I'm saying? This was a real good interview, man. Good interlude, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for sliding through.
Yes, sir. Shout out PSB, man, for big love and hospitality, man. If you looking for a place to be, you're looking for a place to feel comfortable and grow yourself.
Powerhouse as well, man.
And plant your seed. This is the place you need to be.
Yes, sir. So that's all we about, exposure, putting out the right message.
And that love, creating that love, spreading that love, positivity.
It's all energy. Love, man. That energy is never forced. When it's not forced, that's how you know it's for you.
Right.
When you can just come here and, proverbially let your hair down, and like really relax and feel like you at home. That's when the artist is best. Right. Yeah, shout out and love.
That's right.